Welcome to VWG. I have a very special guest here, financial advisor Troy Hale.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Troy. You might be thinking, why am I talking to a financial advisor? Well, even though I'm still a little young to talk finance, we're really going to be talking about his Family Feud Canada appearance with the Hale family.
You got it. Yeah, absolutely. Happy to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. To get things started, how did you hear about Family Feud Canada and what was the audition process like?
Yeah, good question. I've known about Family Feud itself my whole life, right? The American version. Uh,
Yes.
when Family Feud Canada was first announced, I think I may have heard a radio ad or possibly an online ad, but basically how I got connected specifically was my mom called me one day and she said, "Troy, I think our family needs to apply for Family Feud Canada. I just heard the radio ad about it." And I said, "I agree with you, but we have a pretty big family, and only five people can be on the show. So how do we decide who auditions and who gets to like who should do this, right?" So I thought about it. She thought about it. I came up with the idea. I'm from a family of six kids. Five of us are brothers. We have one sister. And I thought, well, I feel really bad for my sister, but it's pretty unique to have five brothers in a family. I said, I think the five brothers should apply together. So we did. We got permission from my sister. Not that we needed it, but we wanted to be kind about it. And we went over to my parents' house one night, and three of us live in Medicine Hat, Alberta. And so it was easy for the three of us to get there. One was in another city in Alberta, one was in another city. So we FaceTimed them on iPads. And then the five of us prepared a little song and dance routine.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
so we had three of us together in the same room, and then two on iPads. We're holding them, right? So we have all five faces in the frame. And I said, "Okay, guys, let's just do this." And my mom recorded a little 90-second video of us. I still have it on my phone. It's kind of embarrassing actually to watch today. But I recorded it, first take. I said, "You know what? This is our personality and this is what they want to see. So I don't think we need to make this perfect." So I went into the office the next morning. If I'm talking too much, feel free to stop me. But I know you said just to talk about the audition process. So anyway, I got to the office the next morning. I went in a little bit early and I uploaded the video to the application, the CBC Canada website, and it was probably about a half an hour later. I got a phone call coming in on my cell phone from Toronto. I was like, "Whoa, no way! Like that would be crazy if this had anything to do with that," because I just uploaded this video, and sure enough, the woman introduced herself as a producer from Family Feud Canada and said, "Hey, we just watched your video. It was hilarious. We loved it. I want to ask you a few more questions. Do you have a few minutes?" I said, "What? I've got as much time as you need. Like, I absolutely." So she asked a few questions just to get an idea of our personality, a little bit more about our family, and then she ultimately invited us to an in-person audition in Calgary. It was a few weeks after that. So that was how it started. Yeah, I can tell you more about the in-person audition, or if you want to jump in, feel free.
You can talk more about the in-person audition.
Okay. So yeah, the in-person audition was, like I mentioned, in Calgary at a hotel, and I think they had probably 60 families, if I'm not mistaken, from kind of
Wow.
Alberta, maybe Northwest Territories. I don't know the full extent, but they had some in-person auditions kind of across the country, right?
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, it was a big process for sure. And this was in, I think, July. So it was July of 2019. And so we all gathered and they basically set us up into two sessions. There was 30 families in the morning, 30 in the afternoon. And they set up like kind of I guess a fake Family Feud game. Like they had literally like a little bell, just something silly for us to press, and just writing questions on a whiteboard. Like it was very informal, but it was a couple of the producers from the show. And my brothers and I just went in with all of our energy, right? Like let's just make people laugh here today. Like we just turned into performers. At one point in time, one of the performers was literally holding my brother in his arms, and they were saying "A Whole New World" from Aladdin together, singing and dancing. So like clearly one of the questions was about that. But anyway, I don't know how he ended up in his arms, but it was quite the sight. And I felt like we were a fan favorite, even though there weren't fans there, but I felt like we did well, right?
Yeah.
And so they told us, as far as timelines were concerned, they said we're going to start filming this in, I think it was December. It's going to start airing in January. So we're going to start calling people as early as October. So we're thinking, okay, awesome. We're going to get a call in October. We're going to be on the show. Well, October came, no calls. Just November, nothing. December, nothing. January, the show is on TV, literally, like season one is airing. We hadn't heard anything. We're like, it was clearly we missed the boat, and I don't know how or why or what happened. But middle of January, sure enough, incoming call from Toronto. So I answered it, and she said, "Hey, sorry that this took longer than expected. This putting this show together was not as easy logistically as we had anticipated, but can you guys come to Toronto next weekend?" And I said, "Well, that's pretty soon, but yeah, we're going to make it work." She said, "Well, we found the more time we give people to prepare for this, the more likely something's going to come up and they're not going to be able to make it anymore. So if you can come next weekend, we'd love to have you." So called all my brothers. They said, "Yeah, no, we're going to do this." So a week later, we're flying to Toronto. This is like end of January of 2020 at this point, and went out there for the actual taping. So that was the audition process.
Wow. And they called you within 30 minutes. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was crazy too. I was like, man, they must have just been waiting for my email that morning.
Yeah, probably. So when you got on the show, you were chosen as the team captain. How
Yes.
hard was it to think of a possible remaining answer on the board, and what was the strategy to think of?
Oh man, you know what? In retrospect, like I almost wish one of my brothers would have been the captain just to take some of the pressure off, because I definitely at one point I distinctly remember the question, or at least the answer that I gave, and it was wrong. It was had to do with something you were like wanting about your neighbor, something you might be jealous about your neighbor. And I'm pretty sure I said their toys.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. You
but
did, I believe.
Yard.
Toys.
Yard.
Yard.
Right, guys.
Toys.
Yard.
Something of your
Yard.
neighbors you know you shouldn't envy, but you do.
They're yard.
Toys. Boats. I'm gonna have to say they're toys. They're big boy toys.
Yeah.
Adult. Not adult toys. They're boats.
You wanted yard.
Yeah.
You wanted
That's
yard.
what I
You
think.
wanted yard. You
wanted
wanted
friends.
yard. You
Friends.
said they're
He wanted
toys.
friends. Yeah.
He trusted me.
Yeah.
No,
He's the
I know what you
captain.
mean by that.
The oldest.
If it's up there,
does whatever he wants.
it's up there, you're on the board. If not, the lead gets
Get in.
bigger. Show me their toys. Number 5.
Wow.
Number 2.
yeah, and as a team, we like, the five of us, we had consulted, we were trying to come up with what this answer could be. And I think most of them had agreed on their yard or their lawn. And I was like, nah, no, that can't be it. So of course I said my answer because I had ultimate veto, and it was wrong. And it was their lawn or their yard. And we probably would have won that episode had I answered that correctly. So, I mean, that's just how the show works, and that's what makes it fun, right? Is you're on the spot and you got to go with it. But I am the oldest of the brothers, and that's how I became captain. And just kind of comes with being the oldest, I guess.
You still look young, to be honest.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Some days I feel young, some days I feel old, so I'm stuck somewhere in the middle.
I understand. So, you played Family Feud 3 times. Did you stay in the studio for the whole time, or did you go to a hotel for a
Yeah,
couple
great
nights?
question. I had no idea what the production process looked like, so this was new to me. Like I'm not regularly on television.
Nope.
So with that particular show, and I assume a lot of their other shows, they film many episodes in one day. So when we flew out to Toronto, they told us we film on 2 days per week. And now I don't even know if I'm going to get my days straight. I can't remember if it was Sunday and Monday or if it was, I think it was Sunday and Monday. Those were their 2 filming days. So we flew out there on Saturday. And they called us and said, "Hey, like, we're not ready for you on Sunday. So take the day, do whatever you want." And so we're thinking, well, what the heck? Like, we're here. We want to be on the show. But when we got there, they said, "Come in Monday morning. Like, we'll be ready for you then." So we got there. We learned more about the process. So they actually filmed 4 episodes per day. So on Sunday, it was 4 episodes. Monday, it was 4 episodes. So all 3 episodes that we were on, which aired on 3 separate days, were all filmed within a 4-hour period. So we didn't go anywhere between episodes other than back to the change room, because I think between the first 2 episodes we had like 15 minutes for a costume change to make it look like it was a new day, but it wasn't. It was 15 minutes later and we were back on stage.
Wow. 15 minutes to change for another good looking day, if you know what I
That's
mean.
right. Got to look our best for sure.
I was going to ask you this question, how I wrote it, but I'm going to change it because of the information you told me.
Sure.
Between all of the families you faced, including the auditions and the live tapings, which one was the biggest challenge?
Oh man, that's a great question. I feel like I have two answers, and maybe it's not fair, but I feel like the Lawson family, who we first opposed, was the big challenge because we were new to this, right? We didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
They were already the winners of the last episode, and so they were back as the returning champs. So they had a leg up on us as far as experience. So I feel like they were the best challengers. But having said that, we beat them, and the Nash family at the end, are on our third episode, beat us. So, I mean, it's weird for me to say the team that we beat, but they did feel like the tougher competitors. But we ended up losing out to the Nash family on our third episode.
I agree. The third family, well, in the American one, the fifth family, the third family in the Canadian one always seems to be the hardest because, best for last.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, I'm done asking you questions. Is there anything you want to ask the host?
Whew. Who's been one of your favorite people to interview? I'm sure
Um,
you've had a lot.
oh, yes. Adam Grove's been one of my favorite guests.
Okay. Remind me who he is.
Oh, well, he's the host of Cash Cap Canada, who from 20 years ago, and now he's still making new episodes to this day, known as Cash Cap Music.
Wow.
But interview-wise, he kept on calling my name, he kept on making me laugh, and he gave a lot of personality when he was talking to me.
Oh, that's cool. So he's a real live professional. So
Yeah, he
he's
sure
good at what he
is.
does. I like it.
Hmm.
Cool. I can't think of any other questions for you, Graham, but now I feel the pressure to step it up and be a little bit more like Adam.
Well, you got $10,000. It's fine.
That's true, but we had to split it. So I mean, it wasn't quite 10,000, but that was the prize money for sure.
Hmm. Oh, what have you been doing after Family Feud Canada?
Yeah. Well, if you remember the timeline, our episodes aired in February 2020, and
Hmm.
there was a big world event a few weeks later. So
Hmm.
we've been going through finding what life looks like again, back to our routines, back to what's important to us. Um, I've been working and honestly raising my family has been where most of my focus is. I have two daughters, a 13-year-old and a 7-year-old, and that's where most of my attention goes, which I think would be what most parents would say, and I'm happy to be doing that, of course. They're, they bring a lot of everything into my life, good and bad.
Ah, everyone's the same with good and bad. You're not alone.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know what? And actually, to add to that answer too, my brother and I, well, I guess we kind of are a little bit adrenaline junkies or maybe game show junkies, and so my brother and I have applied for the Amazing Race Canada on several occasions.
Oh, wow.
I think he's applied every single season since it started. At one point, he got like a phone audition, but that was as far as it went. I didn't always apply with him every single time, but I have a few of the times. Sometimes he applied with another brother or with a friend. But actually, locally, we have our local food bank runs an amazing race for hunger, they call it, and my brother and I have competed in that twice. It's a 1 day amazing race around the city to raise money for our food bank. We're going to be competing in that in August. This will be the third time we've done it. We placed second last year, and so we're aiming for number one this year.
Oh, you're definitely gonna get number one. Trust me.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me, Troy Hale, about your Family Feud Canada experience.
Absolutely, Graham. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's been my pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.